Ida and Papalimo. Following the calamity, each nation's armed forces underwent a large-scale restructuring centered upon its grand company. In Gridania, the Order of the Twin Adder absorbed both the Woodwellers and the God's Quiver, while the Lamentians enacted the complete merger of the Maelstrom and the Knights of the Barracuda. Uldan is the odd nation out, having made no notable changes to its armed forces. As before, and in the spirit of the Sultanate, each entity retains a certain degree of independence. Let me see if I have this right. You're an adventurer who's a scion and a serpent? Golly, how do you keep track of everything? It must be fun pairing up with lots of different people, though. Me? I'm always with Papalimo. Come to think of it, why am I always with Papalimo? 'Cause y'all just partners through and through. Welcome back, Saya. Lady Mafia awaits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Saya. Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends. Did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tatru, please show them in. This way, sirs. You two. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service! Biggs and Wedge. I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. They've been in like almost all the Final Fantasies, I think. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we need the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Nice.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Needn't even ask.
I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfulia?
Thancred sure is full of the puns today, ain't he?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Cool beans. Well, off we are. Back to Gridania. Scarlet. We know far too little of the Sifts to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... beg pardons. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Oh, your boy done got that level up. My little chocobo. Oh yeah, finally I can get my chocobo. Private Say, I understand you have been working tireless in Gridania's name. You are truly an example of your fellow serpents. But tell me, you ever felt as though you couldn't get to your destination quickly enough? That perhaps could be a swifter pair of legs? Yes, if so, you might consider getting a personal chocobo. You have yet to be issued your own bird, am I correct? Given your considerable talents, you should be able to obtain one in no time at all. Let me tell you how to go about it. First, you must obtain a serpent chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to our man Singer, and he will furnish you with a suitable bird. Cool. On with the mission. Well, if it isn't Private Seiya, reporting for duty. That's the zeal I like to see from an enterprising young serpent. Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but our business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me that you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylph, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the 12-wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seed Seer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylph's relation to the Primal Rama, I keep saying that, Ramu, has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Players gonna be players. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the Primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side the sylphs themselves and seek an impartial party to serve as liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural fox pass get into the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the sylphs? This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papa Lama. What's she looking up and down for? Went ahead and picked up some went ahead and picked some of these whatchamacallits up, so I can go ahead and get my chocobo. Whatever they're called, guild points or company seals, I think. Company seals. Yeah, went ahead and got those. So I can come over and get my chocobo. I'm gonna go ahead and change her hair because that clipping is getting on my nerves. For those of you who don't know what clipping is, it's when the hair comes through like that. See it clipping? Anywho. Want a bird issued, you say? Then I'll need to see your serpent chocobo issuance. Yeah, I just got that bad boy for you. Here you go. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. And here it is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. Cool. What to call him? What should we call him? Let's name him... Name him... Name him... I don't know. What y'all think I should name him? We'll go with, Road. Roadrunner. Alright. He likes his name. His very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow it and your feather friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded cities, areas of monsters infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your chocobo rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Sweet! Oh yeah. Whoop, there it is. Got my chocobo. Now I have to run everywhere. Okay, where are we going now? Oh, right. Let's go see about some flying grizzle greens, in the words of Ida. An adventurer, thank the 12. You couldn't have come at a more opportune time. Please, you must help us. Why, it's our bees. The poor little deers are under attack by a murderous swarm of hornets. These beehives are our livelihood. You must save them. Boy, good thing this ain't me in real life, because I wouldn't be able to do it. Back you! Otherworldly! Oh! You otherworldly monstrosities! Boy, I bet these hornets are just tearing them bees up. You! I can catch these rocks, bro! Oh yeah. Thank you, friend. Finally, our bees can make their honey in peace. I knew you were 12 cent the moment I laid eyes upon you. Hmm? You traveled to our hut, you say? And would speak with the serpent officer there? There's one who goes by Emmeline. He is a century of Jocelyn's spire, but makes regular excursions to our hut. He's quite enamored of our honey and the tales of my husband, Rolfie. Though I've found him to be tight-lipped around those he's unfamiliar with. Oh, I know what we might try. Why don't we take a jar of fresh honey to him? I reckon you'll find him more than talkative then. Appreciate you. Finally, transportation. Oh ho ho, what's up, bro? Indeed, I'm Elaine of the Twin Adder. Your face is unfamiliar to... You have a present for me, you say? Honey! A jar of Rose's honey? And freshly harvested to boot? You certainly know how to make a first impression, friend. Ah, so you are the venturer of whom the commander spoke. Do forgive me for being curt. My stomach was rumbling something fierce. My word, this honey, like liquid gold. Forgive me. You have come to discuss not honey, but sylphs. For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You do well to speak to Rosa's husband here, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the sylphs than I'll ever know. What up, bro? Come to learn a thing or two about the sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg your pardon, friend. My memory is just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Well, you are not helpful at all. Yes, I bet, Hawthorne. The sylphs? Yes, father told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squigglies, and chocobo scratches. Tee-hee. Etiquette. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your food stuff on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. That makes sense. The sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day they're drawing mobile faces on our mask. The next they're sending our young centuries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranksters are no laughing matter. So they're pranksters too. Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yeah, something brings people together, quite like a little toe tapping. The sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of the forest friends. Guess I'm gonna need some dancing. Where to put it? Where to put it? Let's do... put it there. Oh, still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along what was it again? And Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. This dude here. Oop. A peace offering for the sylphs. I'd give you another jar of my honey, but I fear that I wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more than unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milk root? That's what they call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it excludes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Sounds dangerous. Yep. Oh my goodness. That's how we get down. We got us our milk root. Ah! Well. The milk root, bro. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milk root! Milk root, but of course! Those sylphs quaff at that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect is just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the sylphs calling you friend and sister the moment they lay eyes on you. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Alright, let's get to it. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from the god's awful stench. The Siths love this stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. Ooh, I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the Marlborough that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The Sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Ah, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Emma Lane here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young Sylph by the name of Komixo. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe elder. I see the Hawthorn has furnished you with some of that malodorous root the Sylphs so adore. I have something far greater important for you to deliver, a missive from the Elder Seatsier herself. To summarize the letter contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, and that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings.